All right, thanks for joining us. In Gypsum, Eagle Valley boys soccer was starting to feel the pressure as the postseason draws nearer and nearer. They took on Summit High in a must-win game in Gypsum.
It was senior night at Eagle Valley, and the Devils were on the hunt for a much-needed win. They take the lead in the first half to go up 1-0 and hold heading into the half. Coming out into the second, it was a stalemate on the soccer field. A lot of good defense from the Tigers and the Devils. As the clock would wind down, this game would start to get a little chippy, but Eagle Valley would hang on and knock off Summit High 1-0. Head coach of Eagle Valley boys soccer, Andy Wheeler, joined us for postgame.
Well, Eagle Valley just got the win at home tonight over Summit with the one goal on the game. Pretty kind of like a stalemate there in the second half, but you got the job done in the first. Coach, what did you like from your team tonight? Joining me right now, Andy Wheeler, head coach of the Devils. Coach, what did you like from your team?
Relentless defense, man. And just everybody playing their role and playing their responsibility, and everybody being committed to how we practice and how we play. It's kind of that standard of like playing Devils soccer. And nobody let up tonight. I'm definitely proud of. We had 11 seniors out there for most of the night tonight.
And what does a win mean to you on senior night for your seniors?
Wins on senior night are sweet, but right now, we're fighting for the chance to extend our season. And we're looking for, that opportunity to keep our playoff streak going. And that's what these guys are playing for right now. And over 4 years, these guys have played incredibly tough at home. They defend this home field, and they love playing for their fans. And you saw that tonight.
Yeah, you guys got the one goal in the first half. Came out in the second half. It was kind of a stalemate on defense, just back and forth, back and forth. I come out, I step on the field in the second half, and I just see the ball being punted back and forth. And I'm like, what is going on here? But what does that just kind of speak on the resilience of your defense and your team as a whole to not give up a goal and to stay ahead?
Anytime that you don't give up a goal over 80 minutes is incredibly tough. And especially I got to give hands out, to Coach JJ and Summit. Those guys are aggressive, and there's a lot of speed that you have to account for. This is one of the best back lines that I've had in the years that I've coached, and it's always been a strength of this team. Anytime, again, we're going to keep saying senior over and over again, so we're sick of it tonight. But, we had 4 seniors on that back line and a 5th playing that defensive 6, most of the night. Those are guys that have stepped into a lot of different roles. We've had a shift. We've graduated, over 20 seniors the last 2 years. This is going to put us, 30-something seniors over the last 3 years. Pardon me. These are a lot of guys that have been asked to play a lot of different positions. There's a lot of versatility. What we ask from our players in terms of soccer IQ and, what we ask them to learn on a week-in, week-out basis is nothing short of, it's a lot that we put on our kids, for sure.
Okay. And, the postseason's coming up. There's pressure on your team to make that postseason. You can't deny it. But how do you kind of push that pressure out of your mind and just focus on going 1-0 next week?
There were a couple of games this season where people decided they wanted to go out and write us off and just decided that, we're not going to let anybody determine our fate but ourselves. Anytime that we're out there on this field, I think we've got an opportunity in whatever field it is. And to be honest with you, if we were lucky enough to possibly have any postseason opportunities, I kind of like being on the road round one, and I like that little bit of extra edge that you have in your brain when you're in, an opponent's locker room. And these kids are sharp, and I tell you, if we sneak in, if this winds up being a 32 team, I think this is a dangerous 32 team that nobody wants to play out there.
Okay. Any thing in specific you've told your kids just to stay focused, to keep them locked in on the game in front of them, maybe not what lies ahead?
The phrase Devils soccer always means a lot to our guys, and it's what we fought to try to define for these last couple of years, and it's grit and it's resilience, and it's being able to not reset but recalibrate when you need to, and that's what these guys have been able to do. And I think you saw recalibration in action tonight.
Okay, got anything you want to add, Coach?
Just proud of these seniors, man. There's a lot of amazing human beings on this team that hopefully are going to do some amazing things in this world. So, yeah.
All right, looking forward to you closing out the season. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Now, heading inside the gym of Eagle Valley High, the girls volleyball team was looking for redemption against the Cross Valley rival after falling to Battle Mountain earlier this season. A win against the Huskies would mean 16 wins on the regular season for the Devils.
The atmosphere was electric inside the gym at Eagle Valley High as the Devils were looking for their 16th win of the season. But in order to do so, they had to go through the rival team, who was on a hot streak. Battle Mountain is able to quiet the crowd and win the first set on enemy lines, but this won't set back Eagle Valley. The Devils return, and Battle Mountain throws it back short, where Aspen Mish finishes the job for the Devils to give them their first set win, 25-22 on the Huskies.
All tied up and moving over to the third set. Another close one with the Devils on top. Battle Mountain with set point on the line, pushes it back over the net, and Ava Jamon throws down the hammer to put the Devils up 2-1. Battle Mountain starting to lose hope as they move into the fourth set, and the lack of passion seemed to set them back as they fall 12-5 in that final set. Eagle Valley gets the better of their Cross Valley rival 3-1 and improves to 16-5 on the year. Head coach Michael Garvey caught up with us after the game. Eagle Valley Volleyball just caught their 16th win of the season tonight against the rival school, Battle Mountain. Joining me right now, head coach Michael Garvey. Coach, what did you like from your team tonight?
You said it earlier as we were walking over here, and I thought that was resilience. Coming off a loss against Palisade, having lost to Battle Mountain previously, this game put a lot of pressure on us. We don't want to lose 2 in a row. You never like losing to the hometown rival. It's one game, but we all know that it doesn't like that. So I thought we came to play today when we had opportunities, making mistakes or whatever else. I thought we did a nice job of just kind of narrowing it in a little bit.
Okay, and what does 16 wins now mean for this program?
I think it's right where we should be. I think the next 2 matches are ones. I think we can get to 18 this year, and coming in, that's about where I thought we would be. You look at the schedule, you never know who you're going to face in a tournament, but you know your league opponents. I think maybe we got a couple wins we didn't think we were going to get. I don't think we expected to lose to Palisade and Battle Mountain this year, but we're really focused on those opportunities. I think this year, those things that said we've been challenged. And so we've had a number of different times, Battle Mountain, Palisade twice, where we had to turn around and respond as a team. And I think those moments are making us stronger as we head towards postseason.
In these rivalry games, they're also really special, but at the same time, they can wreck you emotionally. What was something you were telling your girls leading up to this game, maybe, to be thinking about instead of the emotions involved in this game?
It was a little interesting. We came off a loss at Palisade. We're on October break. Give people Thursday, Friday, so we only had 1 practice coming in. And so we really didn't get those opportunities to talk about, is this a big game? But when you're playing Battle Mountain and you're playing your rival, you really don't need to say anything to your team. They know coming in on a game day like this, they're ready to come in and play. Everybody's excited for the moment. And we've just done a really good job over the last couple of years of just being a really headstrong team. And so I think that gives us a big advantage in this type of game.
And what does a win tonight against Battle Mountain mean for this Eagle Valley program, especially on their home turf here in Gypsum?
For us, I think it was really now taking that step that says, again, off of a loss at Palisade, regaining that confidence, getting back to saying, yes, we are the team that we thought we were. That'll be interesting, right?
Yeah,
we are the team that we thought we were. And so I think it was really good for us to not only talk about it, but to prove it and come out and do it.
All right, well, we just got the lights shut off on us, but I've got one more question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
16 wins on the season. What's the expectation from here on out before the postseason starts?
I think it's we got a great group that really believes, that knows that we can continue to get better. And so, we'll look at things and we'll look at the aspect, but every day at practice, we're coming around and saying, what's the next step that we're going to do? What's the next thing that we're going to do in order for us to get better? Because there are places that we can improve. And so I think that focus through 2 matches, we've got a little bit longer break before postseason. We're going to try and find a couple of teams to scrimmage. And it's about continuing to get better, about continuing to learn. We're not going to be satisfied until we punch that ticket to state.
Battle Mountain going to be one of those teams you try to scrimmage with?
We'll see. A lot of times it comes off. I know Battle Mountain, Palisade, a lot of those teams play a 4-match tournament this weekend. So sometimes those teams aren't looking to scrimmage. So we've got to look around, and I want to see, as teams are finishing up, who's got a good record and who's playing well. So Vail Christian's a possibility to bring over. They've got a solid program. We may reach out to Palisade and Delta. They're both having great years. We don't mind getting on a bus if we need to. So we're trying to search for that opponent and what the right spot is for us, but we're going to keep the sword sharp.
It's funny you brought up Vail Christian because I'm pretty sure I saw head coach Brittany Branson in the crowd tonight.
Yeah.
But so I guess that is maybe a good one to think about down the road. But thanks, Coach.
Yeah, you betcha. I think, again, looking at Vail Christian, we're in different divisions. We don't care. So we're supporting them, too. They're having a good season. If it works out that we can come help each other get better, we'll look at that opportunity.
It's all love for the Valley in that scrimmage.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, you betcha.
As you may be well aware, securing a spot on a collegiate basketball roster is a tough thing to do, especially when you're searching for a place to play close to home. But 2 Oregon State players, they're looking forward to another season competing in the Pac-12 because the conference
has allowed them to stay close to their roots.
All right, ladies, take a seat. How are we doing?
We're doing good.
Good, good.
Reagan Beers and Tamia Gardner are entering their sophomore years at Oregon State. Both believe this season will be different from the last.
This year we know what it takes to be a competitive team in the Pac-12, and we're just excited because we have all the pieces.
A year of experience on the belt goes a long way in college basketball. The duo can't wait to apply what they've learned from a season ago, but there's something else the pair is looking forward to.
Both of y'all come from Pac-12 states, Colorado and Utah, and are entering your sophomore years, but just how important was it for you to play competitive ball close to home?
I'm super excited to be able to travel to Salt Lake this year. Last year, we were fortunate enough to play them at home in a packed arena with Gil. It's amazing to play in front of them, but playing in front of our hometowns is extremely special.
Yeah, I second that. It's super fun. Part of the reason that we love the Pac-12 is that we get to go home and play in front of the people that we grew up around and the people that raised us. And so we are beyond excited to go back to our hometown this year and play them and compete there.
Beers, a native of Littleton, Colorado, and Gardner of Ogden, Utah, are excited for trips back to their home states for conference matchups. They enter the season picked to finish towards the bottom of the conference, but believe they're capable of more.
Rankings, they don't mean much, but they do.
Exactly.
But I feel last year was an adjustment for everyone on our team, but I feel this year we're ready to go, and we're ready to exceed expectations.
The Beavers head to Salt Lake City, then directly to Boulder in February, where they know they can win games by playing in sync.
Make sure to keep coming back to us for all the latest coverage around the Valley and beyond. We'll catch you next time.